time to race some more Chocobos on Brick Road. This is going to be next chapter of Chocobo racing. It's an adventure. Chapter 3, A Life in Ruins. This is where, yeah, this is actually a pretty sad chapter. This is where Mog develops a pretty devastating heroin habit and leaves his entire life in shambles. And his little Mog wife leaves him, and his little Mog kids no longer respect him. Kind of dark for what is ostensibly a children's game, you know what I mean? But, hey, you know what? I guess Moogle's got to keep it real somehow. I'm not going back to that village. There are heroin junkies back there, like this guy that I have with me. It's a very special episode of Chocobo Racing. Oh yeah, we're totally gonna race this guy on the fire track. So fire works kind of like, well, let's not dance around. Let's just use Mario Kart references, okay? They kind of work like the shells in Mario Kart. If you pick up one firestone, you can fire it straight forward. It's kind of like a green shell. If you pick up two firestones, it works kind of like a red shell. It seeks out the guy in front of you and hits him. And if you pick up 3 firestones, it works kind of like a blue shell, I believe, and destroys everybody. I'm not really sure about the 3-stone thing because it's almost impossible to get 3 stones in this game, but... So let's see, we have Mog in the Mogmobile, but nobody likes Mog, so we're going to stick with Chocobo. His special ability lets you fly over bad terrain. There is no bad terrain on this track, so we're going to stick with Dash. That's the master plan. So that's the gimmick of this game. There's magic spells on the track, you pick them up. If you pick up multiples of the same magic spell, it gets more and more powerful. But for various reasons, it is almost impossible to ever get 3 of the same kind of magic stone. So usually I try to aim for the haste spell and use that as much as possible because just like in Mario Kart and most other kart racers that I have played, even though you have all these fun cartoon items and there's all kinds of gimmickry and things, nothing takes the place of just getting and maintaining a solid lead on the competition. So it's like that's the whole point of this track. I'm just going to leave Mog and Golem behind me somewhere and just use haste and dash as much as I possibly can. And that's the whole point of this track. And in case you haven't figured it out yet, every new track you play adds another character who has a new special ability. Oh, he got me with Fire Spell. That lamer. And puts a new kind of magic stone on the track. So it gets more and more complicated as the game goes on. So we'll see more magic stones in the next track, and then the next track after that, etc. And kind of like Mario Kart as well, the more time you spend in first place, the less powerful your magic stones really are, because even assuming you get to keep them, which is not an assumption you should be making, that's not a given, and you'll see why in the next chapter. But like the fire spell doesn't really do you a lot of good if you're in first place. There's really no point to having any of the 3 fire spells if you're in first place. So it's all about haste on this track. You see what I mean? Look at that. Golem's way back there. He's not even in the zip code. He's not in the county. He is not even in my line of sight, which I guess would be smaller than a zip code, so I should have said that first. That's the Golem dance. If you can do that, you're awesome. See, he's giving me a thumbs up. Yeah. Now you go ahead and give me your crystal, butthead. Or just join our party. That's fine too. I like having a big old rock monster in the party. That definitely works for me. Hey look, it's the Raisin Brand's son. Hi, Raisin Brand's son. Mog's not really a snowball. I don't know. It's like, well, it's kind of sad because all the heroin is like, it makes his hair fall out eventually. We're not to that point in the story. He still looks relatively cute, but later on he really hits like rock bottom. It's pretty bad. This screen is great because the foreground is scrolling by, giving the illusion that they're moving, but the background stayed put and didn't actually go anywhere. So, yeah, let's go ahead and save the game, you know, just in case I get the Ebola virus sometime in the next 5 minutes and have to leave the house all of a sudden. So the easy part of the game is over. Starting with the next chapter, things get a little bit trickier. Note that Sid has a Final Fantasy VIII novel on his desk. He's classy. We'll be back next time.